And welcome to the super fun, awesome happy time pedal. And once again, IK Multimedia, ToneX, and Amplitube, and Interfaces pedal show. My name is Gabor, and today I'm looking at this. Now, this is the XIO1 Ultra Compact Audio Interface with Advanced Guitar Tone Shaping by IK Multimedia. Now, I just want to mention right from the start, this was sent to me by IK Multimedia. This has been recorded pre-release. So this is what you would call a sponsored video, and big thank you to Tia and everyone at IK Multimedia. Now, if you've watched the channel before, I've done tons of videos with IK Multimedia stuff, with ToneX, with Amplitube, with T-Rack stuff. I put a whole playlist of stuff up here and also in a description below. Now, this is the latest, and it looks like this. This is the latest offering in the world of interfaces. It's the XIO1. It's the smallest. It's a 1-in, 3-out interface. At the time of release, again, this is pre-release, so all I've been told it's 129 euros when it comes out. And it includes, so dollars and stuff like that, click the links below. It includes these things. So you get Amplitube 5 SE, you get ToneX SE, and you get Ableton Live Lite included with that. So it's the most affordable offering into the world of, you know, using software, using plugins. But the coolest thing about it is it has a dedicated guitar amp output. So an output that you can send to a guitar amp, which means you can reamp, which means you can capture, you can do all that sort of stuff. And that's what I thought I'd do today, is I'll capture an amp and then play it and see what it sounds like. So, because this is already plugged in and doing things, let's look at the top first, and then we'll look at the back and stuff on the back of the packet. So on the top, you have a master volume, you have a headphone, dedicated headphone, there's a headphone out up the front, dedicated headphone volume. You have the monitor, direct or DAW. So basically what you can do is you can set whether you want to hear all of the stuff that happens in a DAW, or you want to hear direct sounds, which in this, for what we're doing today, it's not needed. You have the Z or Z-tone shaping knob, which is kind of an input impedance. When you plug a guitar into it, you can change the input impedance of the guitar, and it gives you different tonal options. You have the input gain for the preamp, so basically the volume kind of running in. You have a phantom power switch. You have also this passive and active switch, where you switch between, if you use passive pickups or active pickups, which again changes the way it interacts a little bit with with the interface. And you have this JFET and pure. So the preamp has two settings. It's a pure, clean preamp, or a slightly colored JFET input, which can give you again, different tonal varieties. You have this little light here. It's kind of cool. It automatically knows whether you plug in an XLR or a guitar cable, so it knows whether you're a mic input or instrument input. Now, for the back, let's look on here. You have your two dedicated outputs, which are the two outputs that would go to your studio monitors in your studio, so you can listen to what you're doing. You have, which is really cool, your two expression inputs. So the expression inputs, what that means is you can have single button, dual button, or expression pedal. And there's two of those that you can attach to turn pedals on and off within Amplitube. You can assign the expression pedal to be a wah, or a volume pedal, or a whammy, or you can assign it to certain controls on your amps and all that sort of stuff. I've done other videos with that before. Check that playlist down below. So I won't go into that too much, but that's pretty cool. And when we look at the software that comes with it, I'll show you how to set it all up. Also now, you have a USB-C connection. It comes with a USB-C cable, which also powers it. So it's USB powered, which is very good. You don't need extra additional inputs and stuff like that. You have a combo input up the front, so jack or XLR. There's your headphone output, and you have the coolest thing, which is the 2 amp or amp out output, and that's all the top stuff. And this is all the specky stuff, so 1 in, 3 out. A full, actually, did I mention this before? Yeah, full MIDI DIMMs, which is cool as well. So you don't need to any converter plugs or anything like that. That's what it looks like. So what I thought to do today is kind of show you this, show you the software, do a capture of my Rev D20 and do a little playthrough just to show you what it sounds like. So let's look at the app now. So this is the app you download with it, which looks like this. Basically tells you what the the hardware is. So it's the AXIO1, it's connected. If you have any MIDI information going in and out, these will light up to tell you that there's MIDI information going in and out. You have your sample rate, so we're doing it at 48 kilohertz. You have your audio inputs. So this is kind of your meter to show you how much volume comes in. That works in conjunction with this gain knob. So as you turn the gain knob up and down, you get more or less information here. As I think I mentioned before as well, so it knows whether it's a mic or instrument. So if you plug a jack in, this light will go on. If you plug a XLR cable in, this light goes on. You also have a 48V phantom power button up the front. You can also send everything that's coming into here to amp out, which we won't do when we're capturing the amp, because that'll create a feedback loop. You have your main output volume here, which is the output you're sending to your studio monitors coming out of those two outputs at the back. And you have your amp out volume, which you can also mute. You can mute them all, and you can give it a ground lift in case you got a bit of a hum. If you click up the top here on controller, this goes to the two expression inputs up the back that you've got here. And with this, you can assign whether you want it to be, because you've got two, so you can have one expression pedal and a double foot switch. You can have an expression pedal and a single foot switch. You can have two expression pedals, any combination you want it to be. And then you can set up whether you want them to be momentary switches or latching switches. You can set up minimum and maximum values. So if you, for example, because you can assign the expression pedal to, I don't know, the gain on an amp or distortion pedal, you can assign a minimum setting and a maximum setting so you don't go all the way off. You can also change MIDI channels. You can have different CC commands. It's quite in-depth what you can do with it. You can also do a lot of this stuff via the MIDI DIMMs in the back. But I mean, that's basically the app, right? So the thing I wanted to do now is look at ToneX. Now, this is a 1-in, 3-out interface. So one of the problems you have with one input is it means when you're capturing an amp, so I'm doing the Rev D20, which has a built-in direct out, 2 notes direct out. So I don't need to have it connected to a cabinet. I don't need to put a mic in front of it. This had a direct cabinet emulated output by 2 notes. So I'm going direct in here. But if you're using a microphone, for example, to capture your amp, you need an input here for your microphone, or for whatever you're capturing, which means you can't play along with a guitar to monitor the sound. What you can do, and what they did is, let's do this now. So this is the ToneX modeler. We want to model a guitar. We want to model an amp and cab. This is the setup. So basically here you select your input and output devices. So whatever the interface is, in this case, it's the AXIO1. Output 1 and 2 just means that are the 2 outputs that go to your monitors, whatever you're monitoring the sound with. Output 3 is the dedicated amp out up the front, which it says here goes to a reamplification box. You don't need it because this is the reamplification box. So basically my setup is this goes from here, this output goes via long cable here on the floor into actually first this, it's an 8B switcher with a buffer because it's a long cable run, so there's a buffer there. From there it goes straight to the Rev D20. The Rev D20, like I said, has a direct 2 notes direct cab simulated output, which again via long cable comes back here and then goes straight into the front here. So it's as if you have a speaker with a microphone, which is this bit here. So you can see microphone go into input 1, which is one up the front. Now, how do you monitor it? So basically you go to this side, this thing, and you have your input level. You press the little source section, so your little friend who plays the music in here for you, and you press play. And he plays for you, and then you have the volume control here. So you want to set it to a setting where it kind of doesn't quite overdrive. It's sort of correct, you don't want it to be in the red too much. Then you can go and adjust things. Let's say we're happy with that. You click next. and you capture your amp. Now I've done that already, so let's move on. Alright, so now I've captured my amp, and now I've replugged this already. So now I've just plugged, basically what I'm doing now is I've got my guitar, which for this I'm using the Vandercaster, just a parts guitar put together by my good friend Dave at Vander Guitars. He made me the body. The neck is a carven, an old carven, or would be called Kiesel neck now. He painted a headstock matching. It's got some fantastic Mr. Glenn's pickups, an awesome Vega Trem, yeah, and it's a cool guitar, and I just thought I'll use that for this. So basically now the guitar goes via my Peterson Strobostom tuner, which is always on my desk, straight into the front of this, and now via USB straight into Logic, and this is now the tone capture that I just did of my Ref D20. I did a capture of a clean sound and a slightly pushed sound. Both sounds are available on ToneNet, so you can go and check them out. Just type in Gabor. All the sounds I upload have Gabor, so Gabor. Type in that and you can find it. So this is now the clean amp, which I made look white with glowing tubes. This is what it sounds like. Noise gate is on, it doesn't need the noise gate. I just thought I wanted to do something really clean. All my other presets are kind of overdriven, so I wanted to do something really clean, even with a pretty high output humbucker. It stays clean. And you can add reverbs, do whatever you want to it. The other one I did is Gabor's Dirty D20. Whoa, which is a bit loud for the channel. Hang on, I gotta turn that down. Now, one of the things you can do is you can, using that Z-tone or Z-tone, you can kind of change the sound of the guitar and how it interacts. It's the impedance interaction between the guitar and the interface. Might turn the input down a little bit here as well. It's a very hot guitar. But you can hear sort of the difference if I go all the way that way. And you can sort of find a spot where you like the... Sort of one side is a bit warmer, one side is a bit punchier. I guess that's what it even says. Sharp and bold. I'll probably like it a bit more that way. Then you also have JFET and Pure, so it's currently in JFET. There's sort of minor differences, but I do probably like JFET slightly better. And then if you were to use a guitar with active pickups, you flick that. I think it puts a bit of a pad on it because there's quite a lot of output there. But I mean, that's basically that. And then you have, there are two great sounds. The D20 to me is a real pedal platform. So they're kind of very meh-ish sort of sounds, but you can make it sound really good with pedals. So. But I mean, that's all I wanted to do today. Just a quick look at the interface. If you want to find out more about the whole capturing side of things, I did a video here where I kind of went through the whole capturing thing. Just wanted to do a quick look. You can pretty much do anything with this. It's a good sounding little interface. The great thing is you can use it to capture your amps. You can also, if you record a track and with, for example, Amplitube, and you have just a straight direct guitar signal, you can go to a friend's place with your laptop who has, I don't know, killer amps. You can go, oh, I really want to use that Angle Powerball for that song. You can reamp it, which you can do with this as well. I might do a video on that at some stage as well. But it's the same thing, basically. You plug in this signal, basically it sends the output coming from Amplitube or from Logic, where you recorded your Amplitube stuff. It sends it to the amp, and then it comes back via this, and you record it on a separate track, and you have a reamped sound. So it's a cool little interface. It's quite affordable. What you get with it, all the Amplitube SE and ToneX SE stuff, is quite impressive, all the sounds you can get out of it. The good thing also is then you can always, for free, you can try out things. You can try out different amps, different sounds, different, you know, it's all free trial versions. And then you can buy it if you want to. If you have enough points, you can exchange it for points. Also, if you sign up for the IK Multimedia newsletter, they constantly have sales and do specials and things. So yeah, there's always something going on. So check it all out. Big thank you once again to the awesome people at IK Multimedia for sending this to me. Thank you, all of you people, for watching this. And yeah, if there's anything in particular you want me to do with this, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Check out the IK Multimedia playlist, which appears here now as well. And yeah, and see you in the next one. Bye.